Well, that's definitely not how you're supposed to eat these. Today we're making Khinkali, Georgia's famous soup dumplings. And if you bite into them the wrong way, you'll end up wearing the soup instead of eating it. Last week we traveled to South Africa where we made the most delicious malva pudding. Today we're heading to the beautiful country of Georgia to learn about one of their most beloved foods. So grab your passport and let's see if we can figure out how they get all that soup inside a dumpling. And to make them we have to start with a simple dough. We first measured and sifted 500 grams of bread flour.
This is fun.
In Georgia, when you cook, sift through flour first. It breaks up any lumps that helps create a smooth dough for rolling out the dumpling. For the dough, we need 250 milliliters of ice cold water. Make sure ice doesn't get in.
Okay. Trying to avoid the ice.
Help? You gotta help a little bit. All right. You're gonna pour?
Got it.
Okay. And we're gonna need 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And at this point, pretty sure we were both nervous about it. Beautiful. Perfect. Good job.
All
All right. Now we gotta put 1 teaspoon of salt.
Ooh.
We're gonna add water into our flour.
Oh, I'm doing.
But we're gonna do it a little bit at a time, okay?
Okay.
So first we're gonna put a hole in the flour. So do that.
Wait until both those up.
Stop.
Do I just put some flour in it?
Yeah, just mix it with your spoon.
Yeah.
So let's put just a little bit more. Uh-oh. We have flying flour.
Do.
So you take it and you put it in.
And out.
And you in and out. Hold on. In and out. And you want all the flour to be inside.
I got it. Oh. Ooh.
Hold on. We're not supposed to spread the flour. We're supposed to put flour in the dough. So when you knead the dough, so all the flour stays in the dough.
Okay, I put it in.
Yep.
Flour.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, hold on.
Slappy?
No. Okay, you can slap 1 time. So now we're going to make a dough ball. Once the dough is ready, we'll put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours. You want to make sure that the dough has time to relax so it's easier to roll it out. Next, we moved on to making our meat filling. We use 250 grams of ground pork and 250 grams of ground beef. Ready? I'm going to put on mine and then on yours.
Okay.
So about 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay.
I mix that with my fingers.
Not yet. And then can you shake some peppers?
No.
You want me to do pepper?
I need help. It's not coming out. There we go.
So we're ready for some garlic? Smell it. Okay, so we're going to do about 1 tablespoon of garlic.
Done.
Okay. Traditional fillings often include grated onions, which brings both flavor and juiciness to the meat. To keep our dumplings juicy, we slowly mix 250 milliliters of cold beef broth into the filling.
What else? Now,
Yep, we're gonna pour in just a little bit. Oh, hold on, don't pour all of it. Just wait a minute. Just slowly. While our dough and filling rest in the fridge for a few hours, let's take a quick trip to the country of Georgia. More than 2,000 years ago, people in Georgia carved an entire city right in the side of the mountain. Homes, tunnels, and even streets were cut from solid rock. Georgia's flag has 5 crosses. The largest cross represents Jesus Christ, and the 4 smaller crosses symbolize spreading Christianity to the 4 corners of the world. In Georgia, meals aren't just about food. Families gather around a huge feast called a supra, where sharing stories and time together is just as important as what's on the table. The dough had sat in the fridge for about 2 hours. It's really hot outside. Even my flours couldn't make it. So we're bringing the shaping and cooking of Khinkali inside. With our dough nicely rested, it was time to start turning it into dumplings. First, we rolled it into a long rope and cut it into 15 pieces, about 50 grams each. Each piece then was rolled into a circle about the size of a dessert plate. The goal is a wrapper that's thin and even so the dumplings aren't too doughy. Once the wrappers were ready, I measured out about 50 to 60 grams of filling to each wrapper. Then came the part that took a little practice. I'm not going to lie, shaping of the dumpling was a little nerve-wracking, and probably by the 7th one, I felt a lot more confident. I think it's working, y'all. Not perfect, but we're getting there. Once I added meat to the center of the dumpling, I pulled the dough up and pinched 2 folds. I then turned my plate with my dough and then made another 2 folds and keep on going until I reached all the way to the end. As we reach the final fold, there's 2 ways to finish it. We can tuck the last fold to the outside or gently push it into the center. Then we want to pinch everything together at the top, creating a little handle and making sure the dumpling was tightly sealed so none of the flavorful broth could escape while it's cooking. And for a cleaner look, we trimmed the very top of the handle with a pair of scissors. By this time, older kids came home from helping on the farm and they were so hungry. I brought a large pot of water to a rolling boil before carefully lowering in Khinkali. Keeping my fingers crossed that this is gonna work. To keep our dumplings from getting overcrowded in the pot, I cooked just 3 at a time. As they cooked, we noticed something interesting. The weight of the filling caused some of the dumplings to tip over and cook upside down, which is completely normal. We cooked the dumplings for about 16 minutes. Once they were done, we carefully lifted them into a plate, and unlike some doughs that spring back into shape, Khinkali tend to hold whatever shape they're in when they are removed from the water. So if one leans a little to the side, that's exactly how it will stay. The kids were so excited to finally try them. They grabbed a dumpling and took a big bite right away, and we quickly learned that wasn't the best idea. The flavorful broth inside started to pour out along with some of the filling, and so after a few messy attempts, we learned that the proper way to eat Khinkali is to hold it by the top knot, take a small bite in the side, sip the broth first, and then enjoy the rest of the dumpling. Just look at all the juices. Look at that. And if you're wondering about the twisted top, well, it's not really meant to be part of the meal. It's there to hold the dumpling while you sip the broth, and because the dough is so thick, many people leave it behind when they're finished.
So dirty, what are hearts?
Our trip to the country of Georgia has come to an end. Let us know in the comments what other countries we should visit, and we will see you on our next adventure.